So we got here in July. So that's July, August, September, October, November, December. We're 10 days, 12 days into January.
Wow,
So
that's crazy.
7 months, maybe almost 7 months.
So,
yeah, and it's so this morning it was 46 degrees in the house this morning.
Phew, that's chilly.
The boiler was out, the propane ran out, and the door was standing open for some reason.
That'll do it.
Yeah, I was cold. I'm cold right now.
Yeah.
So we just brought in a pile of wood over there from tried to get all the ice and snow off of it.
Yeah, we just had our first snowstorm.
Yeah.
In a way, we lost, I mean, this is the most snow they've had in 2 years, right?
Yeah, we lost power for 3 days.
That was a good test run, that was fun.
Yep. So have we got anything done in the first 6 months?
I think we've gotten a few things done. I think we got to go, what else, the main things that we did was, the first thing, which was the most important, was getting the main house established.
Yeah.
So the
like
first thing.
Water,
yeah, getting water to it, finishing all of the bathrooms.
Yeah, there was nothing, there was no fixtures in the bathrooms, there was no kitchen, there was no
tiles.
There was no nothing.
So I'm working on installing the 3rd floor bathroom, which I've never done any form of plumbing or all of that. I put in some vinyl flooring. I don't think it turned out too bad. I don't think it turned out too snazzy with some cuts and stuff. It's pretty nice. There's some things here and there, but I don't think people will notice all too much. So now I need to install the vanity and I need to install a toilet. I've never installed a toilet before in my life. But how hard could it be, right?
1, 2, 3, 4 bathrooms.
Yep.
We did 4 bathrooms. We moved the kitchen, we moved the pantry.
Well, we got some cabinets. This looks a little bit different than when it did a month ago.
When we moved in.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
All the metal shelves here and the sink and the freezer.
Right, this is how we visualize something and make it happen, right? So the pantry's pretty much done except for that one wall over there.
Yeah.
And the freezer are working, and the pantry shelves are in there and filled up almost. We found the in-floor radiant heating, which we didn't know was there.
Yep.
We fixed that.
Yep.
Got a boiler. Outside gasification heat master boiler, and got that fired up. Got that installed. Built a pad. Built a firewood shack for it, a shed for it. Split a bunch of wood. We've probably split and burnt already 5 cords of wood.
At least.
Yeah. So we've got heat in the buildings, which was good. That was before, we did that before it got cold.
Working on animals, chickens and guineas.
Guineas.
Finishing up the chicken coop, rebuilding that.
Completely rebuilt that like building a whole mini house down there. Oh, and then we've got, what else do we do inside? Your office, of course, got completely remodeled.
Yep.
Because we had to do the green screen and all of that, all the wiring, all the electronics and all that stuff. We set up the shop.
Yep, set up the shop.
In the house and got that all working, so we had a place to work out of for the summer. And then again, I think we turned our attention, we had to, of course, we were all kind of living out of the cottage. So if you haven't paid attention to what we're doing, we bought 300 acres up on top of a mountain in it's like south central West Virginia. Part of it's in Virginia, actually. And it had a main kind of commercial house sort of thing. It was built but never finished.
Yep.
It had a 1940s hunter's cabin, cottage we call it. It had a 2-story oak rough sawn frame house with no power, no electricity, and then a couple outbuildings. So we had people here for the summer, and they helped rebuild the cottage.
The cottage.
It looks really nice up there.
Yeah.
We got the house ready so you guys could move into, but while they were doing that, Shelly and I moved into the cottage.
Yeah.
We redid that because it hadn't been cleaned or anything in a long time. We kind of fixed that up a little bit, and then we all took showers and ate in there for the first month or two. Yeah. until we could get some kind of facilities. I don't think the kitchen got actually done until
Later, much later.
it's almost September,
Yeah.
I think, by the time we got the kitchen in. So yeah, we were eating out of the house until then, and then you guys got into the house, and then people started coming. So we had like 8 or 9 or 10 people here at one point.
Yep.
Over the summer. You were doing some of your what would you call those? What would you call that?
Meditation retreats, spiritual retreats, something along those lines.
Yep.
Finding yourself.
Yep. So there's some videos. If you go back and look for those, there's a couple of videos about that. So we got a lot on that, and then we kind of turned our attention outside to fields.
Yep.
We bought a thing called the Terminator, which is it's a bush. It's like a bush hog, but it's a much bigger machine than that. It'll cut trees like this, which we have done.
Yep.
And we started clearing. We've cleared about 30 acres, I think.
Yeah.
Of huge. They were blackberry bushes that were 7-8 feet high.
Yep.
And these wild rose bushes and olives. I hate those things. So we've still got a lot of those to do, but we got a lot of done. We got a lot of the pastures cleared, and then we got a mower, a bush hog, 7-foot bush hog, 8-foot bush hog, and a tractor, and we cut. Once we got all that stuff, the big stuff cut down, we went back and mowed the pastures 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
And now the grass was looking good.
Looking really good. Can't see it now right now.
No. We got bees.
Bees.
We got 2 hives of bees out there. We hope they're doing well in the winter. We don't look at bees. You shut them up when it gets cold. You close them up and you don't open them up again until spring. We won't know until spring. But we should have honey in the spring.
Ooh.
When the first flow starts, they call it flow. When the maples start blossoming. And let's see. Oh, water. We had to get water to the house.
Yep.
So we had to tap into the city water down at the bottom of the hill, which means you and I went and dug into the ground and found the city water line.
Yep.
That was a cool video. And then we put a pump station it was 1,100 feet from here, because we had to run a wire from here all the way down there. That was a lot of work. And then we built a 4x4 structure and put it down in the ground and put the pumps and the pressure tank in there. And then we found we had to rebuild the spring house and we had to rebuild the reservoir house.
Yep.
So we rebuilt all 3 of those, got those in. Let's see, we've been working on fences, fixing fences, trying to think about maybe getting some animals in the spring. Don't know yet about that. And then we broke ground on the shop here.
Yep. Which we're currently in.
We're in, right? Because it's 50 degrees. It's nice and warm in here.
It's nice and warm in here.
Because it's heated. The floor is heated with the same boiler we put in.
And this has been the biggest project so far.
Yeah, and we had help with this. We hired a crew to build the exterior structure, and then I've got a guy that's helping me, John, and we are doing the interior and the shelving and all that stuff. So I insulated it all and all that stuff. So, but yeah, so the shop is a big deal. It's a 36 by 72 foot shop.
It's big.
And it's nice because you can bring in trucks and machines and work on them here in the winter, and it'll be super nice. So, and to do that, we had to move all of this, the shelving and all of this stuff out of the house, out of that shop. And now we're going to have to rebuild that room, that area in the house. We have to redo that. And then a project coming up is the floors.
Yeah.
I got to redo those oak floors in the house. What else have we got done? I'm sure we've done some other stuff that we haven't even think about. Garden was a big deal. That was a lot of work.
Yeah.
So the garden will be ready come spring for Shelley and oh yeah, we have a new addition sort of to the family.
A new addition to the family. That's right.
Yeah. So Lauren will be hopefully helping in the garden in the spring. Although I'm on my going into my second year of carnivore, so I don't really care what y'all do with the garden, because I don't eat green stuff. I haven't had any green stuff since January 10th last year. No green stuff, very little fruits, no bread, very little bread. I mean, I cheat every day, but not much, because I pay for it. But, yeah.
You're like the carne cream diet. Just
That's right, carne cream. Yeah, meat and ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about West Virginia?
I love it. It's been so wonderful being here. I mean, I can't speak anything about the state. Just the place that we're at is just perfect.
Yeah.
I love the seasons. I love being able to have 4 seasons.
We have 4 seasons.
We have 4 seasons, which is really wonderful. Everything out here is just so nice. It's so peaceful all the time.
Yeah, and because we're pretty far out, we have the most magnificent sunrises and sunsets and night skies.
Yeah.
Because it's perfectly clear. There's no pollution out here.
Yeah.
And because we're up on top of the mountain, we can actually see, in the winter right now, you can see almost 300 degrees on the horizon.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah. And we're surrounded by a big river, so there's not much property around us.
And what's really cool is I do a lot of traveling, and it's always, I've been so used to being like in the bottom right of the United States, but now I'm in the middle of pretty much everything. So every time I'm like, oh, that's so far away. I'm like, wait a minute, it's like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah, yeah. So, what do you see this year? What do you think's what are we looking forward to?
Refinement, slowly kind of expanding. I think this first year is just getting comfortable, right? This first year is just getting everything up and running and getting there. And I think this year is going to be where we're comfortable, everything's ready to go, and I think we're able to start digging our heels in, getting the garden going. We planted an orchard also as well, and so
100 trees in there, probably. Yeah.
So I think we've kind of like sunk our teeth into it now, and it's now really refining it. And we have a couple of other projects that we want to do. The main goal eventually is to become completely self-sufficient. And in order to do that, we're still missing pretty much water and power. And so eventually we want to do like a solar field or a wind generator, or both. And then there's a ton of springs and natural springs around here. So we're going to be looking into digging in, hitting one of those. We have 2 2,500-gallon reservoirs that are on top of the mountain that are currently unused. So we're hopefully able to get into that and then start filling those up as well, so we can be completely self-sufficient, which is kind of the main goal. And then from there, we can start expanding onto more of the bigger projects of being able to have more people come here. Because we did have that test run of having a bunch of people here, but we quickly realized that it's not really sustainable to have a lot of people here right now. And so we need to be able to expand to be able to have people have their own space and be able to have our own space as well when it comes to that.
Very important. Very important. Yeah. So life is good, huh?
Life is good. Life is always good.
Yeah. No matter what goes on around you, no matter what you see and hear and read, or from other sources, life is perfect.
Amen.
And if you understand that and you live that way, and take care of yourself and take care of your friends and family, everything will be perfect.
Yeah.
So we'll keep on keeping on, shall we?
We shall.
And my feet are almost warm now.
Almost. Time to go back outside.
All right. All right. Thanks, guys. See you.